Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Jam Session. Today, we are going to be doing the Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. You might notice here, this is not the Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. Unfortunately, all of the bin reapers, when I went to go to the record store, stole all that shit, man. Not a single Downward Spiral record album was there, but I was able to find Coil, or Recoiled as it goes by, which is just versions of the songs from Downward Spiral that are used in like movies and other forms of media. So don't mind this. It's just the best representation I have of this album. But we're going to be doing songs 1 through 12, I believe. I want to say on Downward Spiral. 1 through 14. Every track. This album runs an hour and 2 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes, depending on what version you're playing. And this is number 74 on Apple's Top 100 Albums of all time, so it kind of speaks for itself. This album was made by Trent Reznor, pre-Atticus Ross. So Atticus Ross was an addition they made to the band and has been like a long-standing bandmate after 2016. Pre that, the band members have kind of fluctuated. They have had numerous guitarists, basses, keyboards, drums, but everything has been led by Trent Reznor. He is Nine Inch Nails himself. He has been part of every project. He is kind of the director of every project they do. He gets what he needs for the album. And so there's no set band other than him. And now, Atticus Ross. Today we have Lucy, my guest,
Hello.
who has never heard this album fully.
No.
Would you say that there are songs on here you've heard before? This has the hit Closer, Hurt.
If I've heard them, I have no clue that they're on this album.
Okay.
So I have no clue.
Yeah. What's your... Do you recognize Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross anywhere?
Definitely. I am obsessed with their movie scores. I don't even remember the first film I watched with their music in it, but I very distinctly remember them being one of the first set of composers that I got into back when I started getting into like film scores. I really became obsessed with their score for Before the Flood, which is that climate change documentary. And my uncle, actually, his favorite artist of all time is Trent Reznor. And he just sent me recently like a music video from back when, I think it was one of their girlfriends was singing for their music.
Yeah, his now wife has lent her vocals.
Amazing.
To a ton of songs. I don't know when they got married. I don't know if that's been his only partner, but he has had his part. It might have been. I don't know what song, but his wife has lent her vocals to some songs before.
So that's the only sprinkle of what I've heard from like pre them doing film scores and like getting super big in that world. Yeah. But I love what I know of theirs, so I'm excited.
I want to say the first time. Well, okay, so the first time I heard one of their scores was The Social Network. And from then on, I've just, every single time they score or soundtrack a movie, I'm like, oh, I want to go listen to it. They've kind of become Fincher's, like, Fincher puts a movie out and he's like, all right, let's get Nine Inch Nails. So I want to say The Social Network was the first song that they officially scored for him, but he's used Nine Inch Nails songs since Seven. It's in Seven, it's in Fight Club. He used a ton of tracks in those movies.
Wow, so he's been obsessed forever.
Yeah, because it was that early, like, very abrasive, kind of gross era of like that, like late '90s, early 2000s. Like Seven, you've seen Seven, no?
The grunge.
Movie's fucking disgusting at times. Like there are some like hard to watch shots, but their music fits it perfectly.
Definitely.
As well as there's very gritty stuff in Fight Club.
Even the cover to this album, like I was saying, it's grungy.
It freaks you out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's just comforting.
Yeah, but then I want to say Social Network was the first time they scored for him, but after that they've done Mank, Gone Girl, The Killer, and they're gonna do his new project as well.
Wow.
But Nine Inch Nails has also become like a best friend of Luca Guadagnino.
Oh wow.
They've done challenge for Luca. They did
challenge.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, so good.
That's my favorite.
So
That's my favorite Trent Reznor score.
Really?
Atticus Ross. Yeah. I love how fun that record is.
It's very, I don't want to say dancey, but
it's so high energy. It's so good.
more brings a little bit more of that like
It's less
house
scary.
and but it's it still has the grunge almost.
Yeah.
Like it's I need to re-listen to that.
Yeah.
Rewatch that.
They did Bones and All as well, and they also did Queer,
Okay.
the new Luca movie.
Didn't see it.
So good.
It looks good. It looks good.
It's all right actually. But Daniel Craig gives a really good performance. But yeah, and then Nine Inch Nails as a band. Have you ever gone into them? Ever been presented into that?
No, I've been presented and told about them through my uncle since he loves Trent so much, but I just haven't dived into them as Nine Inch Nails. I mean, I'm sure I've heard some stuff from them. I mean, that name is so big, I'd say. So I'm sure I've heard some of it, but I just don't know what.
Yeah. I have listened to Nine Inch Nails since I was a wee lad. Seriously. So I said on a previous episode with my dad, but I was raised on just rock at the time. So this came out in '97, and I was born in 2002. So that was an album he had in his rotation throughout the years. So I was like 4 years old, listening to this, listening to
their shit.
Yeah.
Aww.
Like one of my favorite songs of all time is "The Hand That Feeds" by Nine Inch Nails. I don't know if you know that song.
That's them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time. But I first heard that song like before I was even 10 years old. Like I've loved that for forever. And then Downward Spiral as an album, it's amazing. You obviously haven't heard it fully yet, so you can give your own opinion on it.
The anticipation.
But I really love Downward Spiral. I would say that and their debut album. I really love the amateurness of their debut album, but this is their masterpiece. Like this is fantastic work here.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is also producer Matt's one of his favorite albums of all time. What else is there to say? Really? This album, fun fact. So when I was looking them up, when I was looking up, Matt, when he was talking to me about it, producer Matt, was telling me they actually recorded this album, or he at the time, I don't know who he brought in, but Trent recorded this in the house that Sharon Tate was killed in.
The Cielo Drive home.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is where this album was recorded.
They literally recorded it in that house.
Yes.
Holy guacamole.
Yeah.
That's fitting for how I feel about it already in a way.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Haunting. Yeah.
Wow.
So when I was going to the album to pull up the lyrics for this, actually, it was like one of the first articles for this album was recorded in the house that Sharon Tate was killed.
And when was it recorded?
So this debuted in '97, pre full album debut. I don't know too much, so I don't know.
About exactly.
Closer was the lead single. I do know that Closer was the lead single for the album, and then Trent Reznor said actually in his GQ interview how he didn't feel that song was strong enough to be the first single because they dropped their debut record, and then that they were popular after that. I mean, that was their debut record is amazing. So then for their sequel project, he wanted something just as good. And so then when he was making the album, I forgot who, that's my bad. I forgot who tells him, but someone goes up to him and goes, "Closer, that is the song."
Wow.
I'm not sure if it was the label, but they go to him because he was like, "I don't know if the song's good enough." But then someone came to him and they're like, "This is the hit song off this album." They dropped it as a single. It's like, I think it's like 4-time platinum now.
Skyrockets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Closer is one of the, once you hear it, you'll be like, I know this song.
Oh my gosh, okay.
But this album itself is a 4-time platinum album. I don't know how many times platinum Closer is, but that is massive. And so that lead single, I don't know if he drops subsequent singles after that, but that's what led into the Downward Spiral.
Wow, I'm so excited. I didn't know
Awesome.
all the lore and how much lore there was just for you personally and Matt too. That's so exciting. Oh my
Dude,
gosh,
I seriously, I on this channel I talk about Radiohead a lot and Strokes, but I love Nine Inch Nails. They're actually coming to our city like in late September, like before my birthday. So I'm gonna go see them.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exciting. Oh my gosh.
And we get to do one of producer Matt's favorite albums. So that's amazing. We are gonna be starting now. Pressing play on the first track, Mr. Self-Destruct. Pressing now. We good? Gets all scary. So, first track. If you need to, you can take them out.
Okay, I don't think I need to. First track, I am so excited for the rest of it, and just like floored in the same way I've been floored by them a bunch of times before. Yeah. First of all, thematically love the song, like lyrically. The bridge is gorgeous. In the bridge, I kind of felt like there was some similarities, even like melodically, to some scores that they've done. I don't know. Yeah. You feel the undertones of like, okay, you know, like you can hear and feel why, of course, they are where they are now. Like it's so badass to hear them from back then. That was beautiful. In like a really not beautiful way.
Yeah. I completely agree. My favorite part of that intro track is that electric guitar.
Oh yeah.
How it I don't know how they do it, but they just like rip it out like oh my god, I love that so much.
It's giving Mad Max moment.
Yes, yeah, it does actually. So even just off the first track, you could just hear it. Like, take the lyrics out of that high octane, abrasive, production that they bring. You can use that in like you said, Mad Max. You can use that in like a really gritty action scene. Like the song gets you fucking pumped up.
Yeah, but it's also it's also though you can also see like it reminded me of why can't I think of the title right now? The movie that young Jared Leto and
30 Seconds to Mars?
No, the one where he's like a heroin.
Oh. Requiem for a Dream.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I thought of that multiple times during this song. I don't know. It's probably just because of the lyrics. But even like how depressing that movie is, but so like fast paced. It's like like this song gets you riled up, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also like you can imagine it playing at like a wound down moment,
Yeah.
you know, we're
Yeah.
down bad moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that was good.
it's like this like existential crisis in the middle of the song, but like that can be used in a happy moment, like a high energy moment, but it could be used in like a not like you said, like a not great time.
Yeah.
But there's multiple of my favorite songs, but what's one of my favorite intro tracks of all time. I really
I mean,
cannot
that's
express
insane.
enough how much I love that electric guitar.
Yeah.
Like
It's really good.
it rips. I love
really,
it so much. Every time I hear the song, I love it so much. I love it even more every time.
I love that.
But yeah, ready for next track?
Hey, pig, piggy, pig, pig, pig. All of my fears came true. Black and blue and broken bones, you left me here all alone. My little piggy needed
So so far, I know we've only listened to 2, but that's my favorite so far.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
I absolutely love how that whole song it's building, it's like adding components that are building up, but it breaks down without ever really fully kind of like that fruition never fully happens almost, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like for my ears, like it didn't ever happen. But I love that because obviously the song's saying nothing can stop me now, nothing can stop me, or what is it saying? Nothing can stop me now. And obviously he stopped. And just like you're wanting the full kind of thing to happen, and it's like it happens, but in these segmented chunks towards that, like towards right before the end of the song. And I love the breakdown once they wipe the drums out, and when that first little
keys.
Yes, and the keys, and that first moment of like when it went quiet, and then it just did the little punch.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's just giving you a little flavor. Like like still you can tell they like are letting you know they might release. You know they're gonna release, but it didn't happen yet. You know like fully.
Yeah, I love how you drew that from the song because that's the exact same thing I drew from it too. I love how it feels very uniform, and then you get like that small break. It gets very crackly. You get like that, like you said, like he's about to lose it, but then his voice never breaks. He never raises his voice on this song. It's always he gets it like to a point where like he's like he's saying like he's about to lose control, but he doesn't, and he just keeps it there.
And neither do the instruments. It's almost like you picture all the instruments and they're like having their little spurts, but they're never like okay now we're all going off together.
It's such a production showcase. This song you get like the. Like I don't know if you're there in like the first minute you get like those blues, like the bluesy piano. I don't know if you recalled it, but like there's like a small little bluesy piano in there before it breaks, and then you get those drums in there. You get like multiple kinds of guitars. At the end, he uses the guitar to kind of like sound words out. I just think the production on that is fantastic.
Yes, it's such a jagged song in a beautiful way, which it's like you can't pull that off without being a badass producer.
Yeah,
that's
the
for
production's
sure.
insane.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's actually my least favorite song.
Wow.
I know I just gushed about it because on a technical level it is amazing. But like every time I hear that, I hear like the first 15 seconds, I'm like, oh fucking skip. Yeah, I can't. But the song's great though. The song is amazing.
I could see you're driving around and you're like, absolutely not. Right now.
But it's like when it comes on, I'm like, skip.
Don't call me pig.
But no, it's a great song. It's a great, insane production. It's just my least favorite. Right. Which is a great sign because you have 12 other tracks I think are way better.
Yeah, noted.
Everything shut off. All right, next song is Heresy. This is producer Matt's favorite, or at least one of his favorites. I'll let that load, but we'll press play now.
feel like I need a year to digest that song, quite frankly. So,
So thoughts?
it's like I have so many thoughts that I have none. I don't know if it was the bridge. I don't remember for sure. But when there's like the marching sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you don't hear them at first, but at a certain point there comes in like the sound of shackles. Almost,
yes, yeah.
Which is
that
just
metal,
like,
the metal
oh,
clinking.
fuck,
Yeah.
like, yeah. And that swap that happened that we kind of pointed out with our fingers of the switch from God is dead to like your God is dead.
Talking to someone, yeah.
Yeah, and how the whole time he's saying like, you know, if there is a hell, I'll see you there. How he's implying like you know, if you don't believe in that, like, I know that's where I'd be. But for him to just be like, you're going to be there too, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's all this yip yap of,
Yeah.
I forget what this was this.
I went to the next song.
Oh, that's okay. There was some line about, I think this was the song that had the line about Christianity. I forget what they said, but just obviously this dragging through the song of like all that you say this is, whether it be Christianity or whether it be God.
Right there. He dreamed a God up and called it Christianity.
Yeah, he dreamed a God up and called it Christianity. It's like, I can just imagine, I know this came out in 97, but, and so like by that point, religion had started to kind of plummet in popularity with like throughout, you know, populations, but by that point it wasn't
as well as like the satanic panic.
Yes, exactly. But it wasn't as even like we've even gone further, you know, I feel like in that direction. And I can imagine still at that time it was a little bit like polarizing, you know, or for some people. And I just love how simple he keeps it with, you know, his kind of deconstructing of religion. Yeah. And how like angry the song is, but so pretty. And yeah, the drum kit and that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning. I really liked the marching and the shackles and the line about the sheep.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And like a couple lines after that, and he's talking about obviously like you great God that brought all the suffering and the pain and all this and that, and yeah. Go off, Trent. Is what I was saying.
Yeah, I love this song. On a technical level, I love how you get his vocals of he is just fucking berating you with this God is dead, but then underneath that you have this like regular talking voice of it, and they all they do is stack the audio levels on it. So as he's saying it, it's almost as if he's telling this to someone, but someone's telling this to themselves. I really love this song. I love thematically how it is a critique of Christianity, and what he's saying. It's not like promoting like, oh, God isn't real and like follow like going to Satan or something like that. But it's him critiquing like him saying like all this shit is happening. God must be dead. But you all are still following this because of this made up thing.
Yeah, or have this just misconstrued
thoughts of it.
Yeah, thoughts. I love that line about like thought up a God and called it Christianity. I love that you mentioned the vocals in the song, because one part that really stood out to me towards more so like the beginning, getting into the middle of the song, is how there's like the layering. It was like one voice, then two voices in either ear, and then there was a third one, and that was finally a harmony.
Yeah.
But you still had the two doubled doing the same melody or same pitch. It was just really wow.
3 tracks in, I should have said that earlier. I love how they mess with left right audio, because was it this song? There was a song where like you only heard it was like a ringing in the left, and I remember you looked at me and I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, cool.
I wasn't sure if it was this song or the last one, but I love their use of instrumentation. It's like you have them talking here to here, you hear instrumentation on this side, some instrumentation here, and then they would clash. Great song. That is one of my favorite songs. I do really like that song.
Okay.
Next song is, I almost said heresy. Next song is March of the Pigs. Pressing play now. That mellow out.
All the pigs are all I know. I give you all that you want. Take the skin and peel it back. Now doesn't it make you feel better?
Oh my god.
All the pigs are all I know. I give you all that you want. Take the skin and peel it back. Now doesn't it make you feel better? The pigs have won tonight. They can all sleep soundly, and everything is alright.
So, real quick, before you divulge, you might notice a lot of these tracks have like outros that'll be like 20 seconds of like the key. But you have a lot to unpack, I see.
New favorite.
Does every song do it? March of the Pigs is fantastic.
Okay, so yeah, this hits hard as
Yeah.
it should for
Yeah.
anybody, you know,
Yeah.
anyone out there. Yeah, this takes the cake for me so far, not just like from production standpoint, oh, I like the sound of it, but lyrically, thematically, it's very just simple and like spot on, and he's clearly like fuck the pigs, and I think it's interesting too. I wonder, because just like the title even just reminded me of Pink Floyd's Animals album and the pigs track on there, and their use of, you know, fuck the pigs and that type of stuff, eat the rich, that type of thing. But I love how just like full angry go off they went with this one. And
He's mad on all these songs.
Yeah, a little angry. Somebody needs therapy, you know. I really love the pre-chorus of that. I want to break it up. I want to smash it. Yeah, so good. And obviously the little twinkle of like, it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
It's just,
it plays on
it's
irony.
It's
Yeah.
just so like, fuck us, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's very just. Sorry about cursing, by the way. I don't know.
No, you can curse on it.
Just very, very good. And the outro's so just sad. It just makes me sad.
Because if you aren't paying attention to the lyrics, it sounds like victorious. It sounds like a very like a high melody with the piano. It's almost like, okay, so there was a good ending to this, when it's not. It's like I said, it's ironic.
Yes.
It's playing on the fact that it's not okay.
Yes.
It's not a victorious moment here.
Yeah, and it's like the people whom he's talking about, the pigs that he's talking about. It's like, yeah, of course, like this, you know, this could be their anthem, or in the way that, like, you know, they get to celebrate and they get to, you know, go to bed and sound at night, and it's just, I love to hear it and see it from them, because I really do value, and I hate to use the word political for it, because I don't think that it's necessarily like all the way.
They have a
that.
message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's very important for like me with artists that there's a message, and of course, obviously, if it aligns with my personal ones, great. this one definitely did.
Yeah.
And I just, you never know who you're gonna get that from and who you're not. So I was really happy to hear this anchor to the pigs.
Yeah. So 4 tracks, and you can kind of catch the theme of this album. It's very anti-establishment. It's very, he feels very oppressed, and this is his way of speaking out. Fantastic album, like through and through.
Yeah. So far, I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Any more? March of the Pigs? On technical level, I love the drum line. The drum line is fantastic. It's very, I think it's a loop. I want to say it's a loop because it goes, but I want to say they looped that because I don't think it's a full drum line, but it's fantastic.
I agree.
Fits the theme of the repetitiveness of what he's talking about.
Yeah, the bullshit we are put through all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you, piglets.
Ready for the next song?
Yes.
All right, next song is Closer. This is the hit song on this album.
It's a longer one too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the song's also the song's 6 minutes long. So you might notice that some of the songs might feel long. This album is, I think, on this channel, this is the shortest album we've done. No, second shortest. This album only comes in at about an hour.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Pressing play now.
You let me violate you.
Yeah. I'll say you've heard this song before.
Shook the groovy beat or the groovy line.
You let me penetrate you. You let me complicate you.
Wait, have you never heard this?
I have for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
But it just took till the
Yeah.
to get it. Yeah.
Womp. I love that.
I've got no soul to tell. Help me. The only thing that works for me. Help me get away from myself. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal.
Sound over here, it almost sounds like a duck, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how the left right. I love how they play with that.
You can't have my isolation. You can't have the hate that it brings. You can't have my absence of faith.
My favorite part's about to come up. The next song's amazing too.
Wow. I feel like after every song I just said wow.
Yeah.
But that is how I feel.
Yeah.
So I've never heard that song in its whole entirety.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've for sure only heard like a little bit of that
Yeah,
song
the
because
part
all I
everyone uses.
recognized was kind of like right when the main like
The
the
chorus
most
break.
distinct sound from it
Yeah.
started. That's an amazing song. I'm like the everything, everything. I really love the chorus a lot. I think you should talk about it for a second.
It's
Collect my thoughts.
It's very so. My favorite thing about Nine Inch Nails. So I love that you're getting the messages out of these so much, because my favorite part about Nine Inch Nails is their production. That's like the first thing I noticed with them because they're like electronic producers. I love that the last 3 minutes of this are just like a production showcase. Just a bunch of different kinds of drums. They're bringing keys in. The drum line they change it like 50 times. Oh my god, the electric guitar again they know how to fucking use an electric guitar.
It's a full jam sesh.
It's a full jam sesh. But this album is just incredible. Closer is incredible. This is like my second. I want to say my second or third favorite song on here.
Yeah, no,
It is the big song, but I fucking love this song.
It's almost like shocking that it is because
Yeah,
it's a little bit longer and because it's such a
It's
I don't
very
wanna say
abrasive.
bipolar song, but it's like it's a little bit bipolar in the sense that like the structuring of it is a little bit I don't know. You know how Hold My Liquor
Yeah.
goes like towards the end. It has that similar like
Yeah.
outro where it just lets loose on things that have been like building up the entire song. But this one it's kind of like it lets it go in spurts like here and there before like this big the big ending, the big finale. I love My Whole Existence is Flawed. You Get Me Closer to God. So much.
So I was hearing a random sound.
No, you're good. It's not like a car, but
Yeah.
fucking stop driving. Because even if it's like, okay, great, he found somebody or feels something from somewhere that is getting him closer to God, even though we kind of know, where he stands in terms of like big societal, like religiously. But he still sounds absolutely miserable. And
Yeah.
like it's just a fun play on words, this song, and just this there's like such a relatability to this song that I think even if you aren't like reading the lyrics that I am, that like come across, like you get that message without even really knowing like what is being said. Like I just I'm gonna have to listen to that one a lot more and just
I don't even have the word. I mean, everyone's heard that song. I mean, that's like the biggest Nine Inch Nails song. I love how it's very aggressively charged, but a lot of the stuff he's saying sounds very like submissive in a sense, being like, you do all this for me, but he's like yelling this at this person or at this subject. I don't know. I love this song.
Me too. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just like really, I'm excited to listen to this more and just read the lyrics.
Nice.
Like read the lyrics on its own, you know?
Yeah. Like that's like a screenplay. Next song is Ruiner. Ready? Awesome. Pressing play now.
You had all of them on your side, didn't you? Didn't you? You believed in all your lies, didn't you? Didn't you?
Bagpipes?
Very epic.
You had
song made me super emotional.
New favorite song.
Okay, thank you. Maybe for real.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know. That song just has me really emotional. So good.
Yeah.
So good. So just like, just obviously very raw, and there's obviously a lot of hurt thrown into that song. Like specifically, that one feels like particularly very personal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like, like for me personally or whatever.
No, it
but
sounds
I don't know,
like
that
his
one,
most vulnerable song.
yeah, that one sounds like insanely, yeah, like you just really feel, the hurt. You feel the anger, but you feel the hurt more than anything. It's like, obviously, it's kind of like this one almost explains all the anger that we've been hearing. That the guitar solo.
Oh my god! I was waiting for you to bring that. I fucking love that guitar solo.
Yeah, that's what got me emotional.
Yeah.
Though, especially as it's closing, because it's like it's just gorgeous, but it's still a little like, you know, like little rowdy, a little like grimy. But there's this like super almost like pretty and like a lullaby sense,
like a hopefulness.
But like, yeah, it's like it's like nice, but then you know he reels you back in real fast. Like to that outro, which then of course just goes belligerent all over again. I feel like, how long was that song? Would you say around like
5 minutes?
5 minutes. That's just a beautiful. I feel like I watched a movie just listening to that little song. Like it was a. Yeah. I really, really, really love that one a lot. Yeah.
So that is my favorite song on the album. In the best way I could explain it is this song, in a weird way, gives off the same vibe match as March of the Pigs does, except like, if you look at this like a revolution, like the pigs, you know, the higher ups, the government, and the smaller people, the litter people, it feels as if March of the Pigs is like their anthem song. It's, you know, hyping them up. But this feels like a speech almost towards like for the people that are revolting. Like it feels so and powerful. You just feel just like, oh my, I don't know how to really explain it, but like you feel very powerful. You feel empowered listening to the song.
Super interesting that you say that, because I feel like
it sounds like he's talking to the people. Be like, it's him saying like, Tip talking to people, being like, the ruiner, you know, the higher ups, whatever, have been doing all of this to you guys. When will you realize? Yeah,
definitely.
And then the ending bit, where he's just saying, "You didn't hurt me, nothing can hurt me." It sounds like a mantra he's telling himself. Or what did you get from that?
I got almost like he's more so talking to, quite literally, the ruiner of like.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah, that too.
Yeah, but same thing. It's almost like going back and forth a little bit, because it's like, you know, what he's kind of saying for himself.
Yeah.
And then what he's trying to say to others. The how'd you get so big? How'd you get so strong? And then what you gave to me, like my perfect ring of scars, you know, I can see what you really are. It's just so fucking like badass and relatable, because it's like when somebody or a group of people or something like harms another, it's like that one that's harmed, it's almost like, even if they can't process it, or let's say like it doesn't hit, you know, like what happened to them, there's that thing of like how, there's always that how, you know, there's like the miscomprehension of it. It's like, if you're not asking how, your body's asking how, you know, like it's incomprehensible what humans and what things that are alive can do to one another.
Everything's reactionary.
Yes. And just like the confusing nature of his words that he's choosing, of like the how and but then the insistence of like, like, how'd you hurt me this bad?
Yeah.
But like, you actually didn't. But then it's interesting because at the end he's like, like, nothing can stop me. Like, you didn't hurt. I can't
Yeah.
be hurt. But it's obviously it's like bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bullshit. I found it interesting that that's how the way that the last line, "You didn't hurt me, nothing can stop," how it literally stops right
It
there.
stops,
you know?
yeah.
Because it's like, we did it again.
Yeah.
You know? we actually did. You
Yeah.
know, again. It reminded me of the first. Was it the first track where he plays with that same line, literally of the.
Yeah, Mr. Self-Destruct.
Yes, I think so. I'd be interested to listen now to the 2 tracks that play with that lyric.
This
of
album is so good on a re-listen.
I'm
I was gonna say
sure. I'm
rewatch.
really
This is
excited.
such a re-listen album, and it's amazing.
I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. I could have guessed that was your favorite. You're very excited.
Oh, dude, seriously, that electric guitar right before the outro is, oh my god, it's fantastic.
Really
And the drum line coming in like a little bit in after that, or like just like the dun 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 dun, it just builds up into it. Oh my god, it's so good.
So beautiful, yeah. Yeah, lots of fun sounds in there.
Yeah.
As usual for them.
Awesome.
Wow.
Our first crying reaction on the channel.
Of course.
Next song is, I think, yeah, The Becoming. Pressing play. No.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. New favorite.
New favorite song
New favorite
alert.
song. I fucking loved that one a lot. I love how dreamy it gets, but also how like, you know, how rocker it gets. I love how, as he's saying the noise inside my head repeatedly at the end, the voice, like his voice is like starts to disintegrate to a different voice. You know, they're altering like how his voice sounds. That was just a really I hate to use the word fun because it's another, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but that was a fun one. I just really liked that one a lot.
I love how, I mean, the message is, it's easy to draw from this, but it's his old self, his true self, as he's saying, and how, whether it be propaganda or what's being pushed in front of him, he feels like he's being rewired, and to this, he's becoming is this other person. But how deep down, his true self is still there. And like he's saying here, but the blood has stopped pumping and he is left to decay. It's almost like he's talking about his old self, how his old self is dying, and how this new person that he doesn't want to be is entering it, you know, into himself. I was about to say, and I love how instrument-wise he also portrays that as well. Because you get this first time the acoustic guitar is used on a song so far, and you know, acoustic compared to electric is, you know, very organic, natural. So it's almost like, and you hear it comes back in the acoustic guitar and it overpowers, you know, the electric ring, but then at the very very end you get it, you literally hear it from left to right. You hear the acoustic guitar fade out, and you hear like the electronic, you know, not imagery, but the noises
Soundscape.
come into the. So he didn't, unfortunately. Like
and it matches with.
Fortunately,
he failed.
Yeah.
It lines up with the line that says, "The me that you know is now made up of wires." I find it extremely fascinating for somebody like an artist like him, of all artists, to say that, just because he is so electronically charged and so clearly passionate and in love with music in its like electronic form. So it's extra, it's like quite the conundrum, you know, for him to be like, to use that in a negative way of just talking about his persona. And it is very relatable in the sense of, you know, just like obviously tech, you know, and all the things you thematically spoke about, and just that's a really good one.
And then to close out on this song, again, technical level real quick, instrumentation, a more killer electric guitar. I mean, oh my god, when this rips it at the end, oh my, it's so good. It's so good every time they bring in the electric guitar.
It's gorgeous. I feel like that is one where, how like, when I think it was the first or the second song where I'm like, okay, like it's, you know, like you want to do erupt, but it doesn't yet. I feel like this is one where that eruption's happening. You know, like I feel like we've kind of been in that for a couple tracks now, but this was definitely continuing that. Yeah. Wow.
New favorite song.
I'm obsessed. Yeah. New favorite album.
Awesome. We'll go on to the next song. Next song is I Do Not Want This. Pressing play now.
Well, you know how this world can beat you down. And I'm made of clay. I feel I'm the only one who thinks this way. I'm always falling down the same hill, bamboo puncturing the skin, and nothing comes bleeding out of me, just like a waterfall I'm drowning in. 2 feet below the surface, I can still look at your wavy face, and if I could just reach you, maybe I could leave this place. I do not want this. I do not want this.
It's like a part 2 to the last
I
song.
do not want this. I do not want this. Don't you tell me how I feel. Don't you tell me how I feel. Don't you tell me
They just weave so
Very
beautifully, yeah. Wow. Once again.
New favorite song alert.
Not particularly, but I think like that one will grow on me a lot.
Yeah.
Not that like it didn't click, you
Yeah.
know, for me, but I just feel like that's one I need to re-listen to pretty much immediately. I'm like, actually, roll it back. Wow, that one is so gritty, so good. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the lyrics, but so like just relatable of just like the you know, that of life, which unless you're an actual psychopath, you experience that feeling every day. I'm just like you know, like wow. I'm just like really taken aback by by how like on point philosophically this album is. I really wasn't expecting it to be this deep.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really like just really excited to dive more into a Nine Inch Nails as you know, like as an artist for their like all their projects that they've done together, because they're spitting to say the least. And I don't know, you always, in my opinion, like when somebody makes a score like the one that they did for Social Network, like I don't know, there's like separate art from the artist, but like when somebody makes something that banging. It's like it's hard to not also associate them with like a great, being like a badass person too. But you just never know until you like dive more into them. So to just like hear all these themes and his vulnerability truly, because it's like obviously this comes from a place,
From
a
the
dark,
soul,
dark, like very real place. And it's one thing for us, I don't know, who like I feel like we've been so like fortunate in life, for us to be able to like grab things and relate and feel and stuff. I can only imagine how not detrimental, how essential and like helpful this music is for people who like aren't so blessed and fortunate as us. Like it's just fucking go 9 Inch Nails. I'm just like wow.
So I personally this sounds like something negative. I just think that's one of the weaker songs, both thematically. I think instrumentation wise it's bang. More electric guitar, I need more of it. But thematically, I think it's a little weaker because it feels. He has a lot to say, obviously, but it kind of feels like a retread on what he's saying in the past, the previous songs, and so, just words wise, lyrics wise, it kind of just feels like a retread. It feels like he's just like re-saying what he had said before.
I can see how he's like re-saying it, but I love how this one's just like putting it in very blunt terms. Like literally. I forget exactly what the lyric is.
The lyrics died, by the way, everyone.
What's that?
I was trying to pull up the lyrics the entire song.
They disappeared.
Yeah.
But just like the fuck of everything, and just I don't know. I loved the explosiveness of it, and what's interesting is you said it's almost like repetitive, or he's like rehashing what he's already said.
Yeah.
I almost feel like even like musically to like a volume level extent, it's also kind of doing that with where we've been for the past like few or 4 or 5 tracks at this point. I don't really know where we're at, honestly.
We are at track number 8
out of 14. Okay, yeah. So like we've been in this like it's kind of at that volume of like okay, we're in the mud, we're in the the boppy shit, but I feel like it still really works for me in that sense that it's like a culmination of all that we've been experiencing so far.
It's like a song that if you somehow 8 songs in didn't get the message of this album, it's like, hey man, this is what this is about.
Yeah, I love how he closed it with "I want to do something that matters."
Yeah, no, it's a very powerful song. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember next song? Pressing play now.
Oh my god. Okay, new favorite song.
New favorite song alert.
Yeah, new favorite song. Alert.
Really?
Like actually.
Oh, okay.
Actually, first of all, drag the men six.
Yeah.
Like drag. I love how him as a man. He's like, well, the lyrics at the end when he's saying, what did he say? Me and my fucking gun. But obviously, like, you know, he's talking about his dick too. But he's like, my literal fucking gun. Like, this is my, if I'm not actually strapped, I'm always strapped, you know, and there is this, like, there is this, like, this super impossible to ignore, like, fucking, no pun intended, cockiness that is very prominent in what I imagine being a man. I am a girl, obviously, but I feel like my testosterone levels are a bit up there. And that, I feel like that's where a lot of my, like, I mean, drag me feminist, but like a lot of my confidence, I feel like comes from that very male-esque side of me. Like, I just love that he is seemingly just dragging the shit out of his own and then the world's kind of way of capitalizing on just, what's that big old word to talk about men? Starts with a P. Oh my gosh. I forget what
Prowess?
it is. No, it's talking about the system being so male ran and dominated and...
Misogyny.
No, not misogyny. Oh my gosh, it's gonna mess me up.
Let us know down in the comments
Yeah,
what that word
there's
is.
for sure. It's like a really big word, like the
Patriarchy. Thank you, producer Matt.
What would we do without Matt? Yeah, the patriarchy. Like, just a song about fuck the patriarchy. And he did mention in another song, in the lyrics, playing with the same theme of, I think he was using other words to describe, like, just, you know, I know he mentioned, like, it was the song, it might have been March of the...
It was closer, I think, you're relating it to.
Yeah, it's one where he's talking about, like, just, like, the raping of the innocent and this and that. And in that song, I think there was a lot of metaphors that he was using of just saying, like, you know, obviously... not only men, but, you know, that cocky aspect to humans, it just fucks a lot of shit up. And this song, it's like, it does make you feel all empowered and, like, you know, badass. And it's like, damn, this must be what it feels like to just be a man waltzing down the street, you know? Obviously, times are ever changing, but that's such a perfect time capsule of a not even 2-minute song to capsulate.
Yeah, shortest song on the album.
Yeah, a lot of shit in one song. Like, it says a lot without saying a lot.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's right. I
hit the 9-inch nail on
you
the
hit
head,
the
though.
9-inch nail. Exactly what it is. He's relating to his literal cock to a gun, and how I keep saying he's gonna. Repeating the lyrics is kind of crazy, like nonsense of the song, but he's gonna come all over this person. But in that next lyric, he's like, I'm gonna put a hole in your head, in the sense of holding a gun.
Yeah.
So you can quite literally, as you were saying, this is a full-on testosterone song. Him just being, he has this power, basically, how he feels like he has this power attached to him, within him. And he can also just be straight up talking about a gun. I mean, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that there was the lyrics that were catching my attention about just of, like, abuse and just taking advantage in some past song with this in particular, because the comparison of shooting somebody in the head with, like, blowing a fucking load on somebody's face is just the same amount of, like it's a really nice comparison.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really spot on comparison, and, like, obviously not to everybody, you know, but, like, in theory.
Okay.
Both are very dangerous things.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
both are very hurtful things.
They're very intimate things.
Yeah,
Both of them in different contexts, obviously.
And definitive things.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's for
they
sure.
are relatable in a sense how intimate both would be. One in a negative connotation, and one, I mean, I guess a good connotation. Like, I don't,
Yeah, it
know.
depends on the moment, depends on the people, which is another whole fascinating thing that I think he's been talking about in blurbs here and there. I'd be interested to read more about him.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, that's all.
Great song. All right. Matt, quick break.
That note right there. Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm about to cry. I'm letting this song play into the next one.
That was my new favorite though,
The little instrumental.
actually.
The production always makes me laugh on this one. It's
No, it's cute. It sounds like bumblebees.
oh, I'm talking about the spitting.
Good Lord Almighty.
So Warm Place, Into Eraser. Thoughts?
Immaculate. Perfection. As a total like instrumental nerd, what was the one before?
Warm Place. I love Warm Place.
Wait. Is
A
that
Warm Place. That's what it's called.
A Warm Place? That was the one that's just instrumental?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
Like that shot to the top of my list just because I'm such like a instrumental nerd. But then that going into the next one and the build up, you know, before the lyrics and before the vocals at all was just, I mean, just stunning. Like you just wanna like live in that sound for longer, you know, just sit in it. And once he gets to the lose me, hate me, smash me part, and then the kill me. The kill me's went hard with the instruments. Then just so beautiful, so intense. I really loved all of that a lot.
A Warm Place. There's some times where I'm just doing stuff around the house, but I'll put that in my AirPods. I'll put it to replay. And I'll just have that loop. Just 'cause I love that. It feels so spacious, very
gorgeous. That one also made me emotional just because it's so pretty. I mean, those chords.
Out of all the songs, that song would make me cry. And that was even at words.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Crazy how that works. That's amazing.
Yeah. Next song?
Next one.
Awesome. So I would say this, not a whole lot to say about those last two in the sense of like message, but it feels almost like a turning, like a final act kind of. Like a,
he's like
going into the ending.
Yeah, buckle up, we're nearing the end for sure. Or
Third-
buckle down.
Third to last song, Reptile. Pressing play, now. Songs all flow into each other. But we have to break to talk about them.
That one.
New favorite song alert.
That one's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. Wow. I love how many different, they're just showing off in that song instrumentally. Like, they're like, oh, here's this. We can make this sound like this, and then we can make the guitar sound like this.
It's a beautiful song, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, it's so gritty and heavy,
beautiful.
but it's such a pretty song.
So beautiful. And lyrically, I mean, it deserves a video of its own. Like, I don't
There's
know.
a lot to unpack in
A lot
Ruiner.
to unpack with that one. Yeah.
Or Riptile, I mean.
Wow. I really love that one.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics are insane in that one. It's so funny.
Oh my god, that song's amazing. Thematically, technically, I mean, on the technical level, that's the best song on here. I think the instrumentation is amazing. I think the production's incredible.
Yeah, I mean that was
on
pretty
there.
crazy.
The samples that they get, especially like they even like turn the there's like a very silent one where she's like, it's like a girl saying like, can you help me, but like it's so like oppressed, like so low in like the ear or like the volume leveling, but if you catch it, it's I don't know.
Yeah, that was
like a treat.
beautiful. It's a treat. Just a little,
A little something.
yeah, little snack. Wow. Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Title track, The Downward Spiral. Pressing play now.
It's just really unbelievable
Yeah.
how
It's kind of
they
1997.
exist. How this exists.
This is their sophomore album.
What the fuck? You can hear Social Network.
Yeah, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It's like he's yelling at a pillow.
Is this the last one?
Hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all. My empire of darts, I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of shit upon my life's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stage of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend.
What a finale.
Mm.
I mean, it's actually shocking that that's the finale.
Yeah.
But it makes so much sense with the album.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Who wrote this song? for
Trent
her?
Reznor. Trent Reznor.
But like, what's his name?
Johnny Cash, that's a cover.
It's a cover of this.
Mhm.
Wow.
A lot of people mistake that.
Yeah, I'm so happy to know this now.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, this makes much more sense. I was like, damn, Johnny, you're sad.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's
way
a
more
cover
sense.
of
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is like so mind blowing to me. I had zero clue.
Yeah.
And this version is like, I mean, as the original, this
Yeah,
is like,
yeah.
of course this is it. Oh my gosh, this is, of course, how it's supposed to be. That's stunning. And so depressing. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
very, very depressing. The track right before this one,
Downward Spiral.
what's that?
Downward Spiral.
Downward Spiral. Yeah, I really loved that one a lot. It's kind of, since it's
The
not the most
spoken.
yeah, it's not the most fresh one in my head. I don't really remember what I was going to say about it, but how it went into Hurt and
Mm-hmm.
how, like, Hurt is so good. I'm just floored right now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's the OG.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I just have like I think I knew that once if I dove more into Trent Reznor and Atticus, because wait, Nine Inch Nails. I saw all the because we were looking at the lyrics, the written by. It's only
All written by Trent.
That's so incredible.
Yeah. And then Ross didn't come until 2016. But
Okay.
Trent, he's done guitar and the writing for this.
Wow. I mean, just absolutely bonkers. As a whole piece, it's one of the most. It's so funky because it's such a depressing album, but there's so much. There's just so much life to it, and like I don't know. The word girth is not really useful, but that's what's coming to my head for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it's a very full and complete
Dense.
album. Yeah, it's very dense, and there's something. I mean, really, truly, it is just mainly depressing, but there's something about it that is like, trying to think of a word that's more sad than depressing. No, I'm kidding. There's something about it that's like,
It's kind of scary, but not in like a frightening
it's
way.
scary,
It's scary
it's
in
haunting.
like a detrimental way.
yeah, but in the sense that it makes you actually like want to have a good day, if this
Yeah.
makes sense. Like it's such a dark album and so depressing and like, of course,
It's very
there's-
driving.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, this album, how you feel listening to it and how the music feels. It's like, okay, this is how you feel when you're down in the dumps and how some people live their lives every day feeling, and it's like, it's just such a push of like, yeah, this album's beautiful, but you don't want to hear this shit all the time. Like you actually rarely want to like, actually like the feeling that it gives you, you
Yeah.
know, other than when you're like, this is gorgeous, it's a really, wow, he really did like, such a good job encapsulating depression.
One of the best
and
albums of all
abuse.
time.
Yeah, seriously. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to re-listen. I mean,
It's
it's
such a good re-listen.
Wow.
It's almost like a movie.
Yeah,
It's very movie-esque, like very theatric.
I know I just talked a lot, but I am speechless.
No, I mean, this is your first time hearing it. I've heard this a bunch of times, but
I just really, yeah. I almost don't have that much to say because it's just like, that was like a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Like on so many different levels. He touched on so many things.
Yeah.
So many deep, dark things that I'm like, I like actually need to sit with it, and re-listen and read the lyrics. I mean, on so many levels, that album, yeah, is definitely one of the best albums of all time. That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for showing it to me.
Of course, I'm glad you liked it.
Me too, imagine. So you're like,
I know.
No, that was magical. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's great how you caught every theme and you really understood what he's trying to say. I mean, it's a lot to unpack. It's very
Yeah.
sad, very depressing, but like empowering, I guess, in a way.
And there's a lot that like I don't get, or lines where I was like, I can see how he's not very serious when he's saying this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just excited to like look more into the lyrics
Yeah.
and
He uses a lot of irony.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
and more
In
into
metaphors
him.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Definitely. Huge fan. Huge fan.
You're not left at the end of it like very happy. It's kind of
No, but
it's a
I
depressing
really-
end to it, but
Yeah, but so just epic.
Yeah.
Like so epic, because you know there's like the sad heartbreak songs and artists that make, you know, somebody that came to my mind just now is like Billie Eilish, which is kind of odd, but I feel like a lot of her music comes from kind of a sad place or like just kind of dark places. A lot
Yeah.
of her a lot of the sounds in her music is kind of, you know, sad.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody like Trent who can write these lyrics, produce in the way that he did, and, you know, obviously his instrumentalist, like musician, it's very, very, very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wow, it's these types of albums that remind you of how mystical and magical like music is, because
Yeah.
you're like, how the fuck, obviously this is a damaged person.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trent. But for him to be able to like make this is
to impact his feelings to
bonkers.
this,
Yeah, in the way that he did. Wow. Floored.
Well, to close out, have everyone rate the album out of 10. You can use 0.5s. What would you give this out of 10?
Out of 10, 11.
Yeah.
Can I go over?
You can go over, yeah.
Okay, over. Anything over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think any other album we would have listened to today I would have done, like, given that.
Yeah.
That. Because, like, I'm a very, very picky or, like, you know, not nice scorer or grader of things.
Hello, everyone. We're back. We had to switch camera angle as well as the mic. Our receiver died for our mic, so I had a lot of good things to say, which is good. So you gave it past the 10, an 11 or more. Yeah, and any closing thoughts on the album?
Closing thoughts, I'm just like genuinely so grateful that this is the album you chose for us today, because I've been wanting to move beyond, you know, just like the film tracks that they've worked on, and this was beyond a perfect introduction to get me not only hooked but like deeply invested. And I genuinely I could cry, but I'm not, because this is where we're at in the moment.
We
But,
already
like,
cried, remember?
but like I didn't let it all out. You know? That's like where the album has me, and I just have like such respect for that man, and yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, seriously one of the greatest projects of all time. I've heard it countless times. I don't know how many times I've heard it. Hurt, one of my favorite songs. Oh yeah, okay. What would you say are your 3 favorite songs that you can recall? Obviously, we don't have a track list. Actually, you do have a track list though.
Okay, I really love the all instrumental one, the one that's
1 through 14. All instrumental was A Warm
A
Place.
Warm Place. Okay, I loved A Warm Place. I loved A Big Man with a Gun. I think it was Ruiner, or no.
Ruiner's the one where
March
he's
of
like
the-
yelling at the
Okay.
higher ups.
It's really hard for me to narrow it down right now, just because at a certain point when you listen to it just like that, like they do blend together in my head. And I love each section of the album for such different reasons.
Yeah.
Like there's such a beautiful crescendo, and like I don't know the opposite of the crescendo, but they had that too. They had that too, and I just really loved all of it a lot. But because I remember them more so, like I'm definitely forgetting stuff that I really loved from the first half of the album, but from the second half, since it's fresh in my mind, A Warm Place and Big Man with a Gun, and then and Reptile.
Reptile's awesome. Reptile
Yeah,
rips.
so was Eraser. The whole album
Uh-huh.
is insane. I mean, this is mental.
Yeah.
So yeah, top 3, top all.
Awesome. My top 3. I mean, mine is switched all the time. I love Reptile. I love Hurt. I love Ruiner. I love Heresy. I love Mr. Self-Destruct. A Warm Place just as an instrumental I can put on repeat all the time. But yeah, awesome. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad I could show you this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. If you made it all the way through, I know this was a little bit of a long one, but thankfully it was a long one. A lot to unpack in this album. But yeah, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and let us know what you want us to listen to down below. Thank you, everyone.